Okay, so finishing off part 2 of my running career from, what did I say, JV to Olympian? From 6:59 miles to 3:55. I'm about to go 3:50 next week in 10 days. But I can't even the chat, bro. Okay, so we left off at COVID. I pulled my groin. The next day, season gets canceled for COVID. I'm thanking God. Hallelujah. I understand some people hated COVID, but I got to chill at home, play video games, and I was hurt. I got an extra year of eligibility. I was hurt. I got to heal, like just firing on all cylinders, like perfect for me. So I was very happy. What do I do after COVID? Do I lock in? I play video games for probably 2 to 3 months. I don't even move. You guys know I have an addictive personality. It's how I got so good at running. It's why I don't play video games anymore. It's why I don't drink or smoke or anything. I have a problem with just no self-control. You gotta know your weaknesses. I play video games for 2 to 3 months, probably 10 hours to 15 hours a day. Just wake up, play. I wouldn't even sleep on a schedule. I would sleep when I was too tired to play another game. Holy, thinking of this, it's like, this is a story you can't even tell it unless you're a winner. Like if I was telling you this and I was a normal guy, you'd be like, ugh. That was fun though. I tell people, it's like, I saw this video of a fentanyl addict and someone was like, oh, do you want to quit? Do you wish you could quit? He's like, no, I like it too much. Maybe someday, but I like it too much. And that's how I was with video games. I was like, dude, this just feels good. And so I played for 2 to 3 months straight, wouldn't walk a step. And so eventually, I'm doing the math. If I want to be in shape for September, because it was March when the season got canceled, I had 6 months. I want to be in shape for September, I have to start running now. It was like May maybe. And so I go to do a run. I'm planning on doing an hour run. My knees aren't used to bearing weight. I can't run for more than a minute. And so I'm not a panicker, but I was like, damn, we really were going through it. So I run one day, I can only do 1 minute. And then the next day it's like 3 minutes, and then I have to stop. It's like super painful. Next day, 5 minutes, and then it goes away. But anyways, that's to show you like, I can lock in and I can lock out, bro. I can lock out. So that was me locking out, just playing video games for 3 months. And then I start training with Coach Carosa again. I'm like, bro, SOS, I'm out of shape. I've been playing video games, save me. And he's like, okay, come to practice. And we train like milers. And so the goal was to do like a mile time trial every once in a while. And my PR was 4:19 still from high school because I was hurt all freshman year. And we time trialed at 4:19, we time trialed at 4:13, time trialed 4:08. And then the last race, I think I went 4:04, 4:05, just on a track somewhere, no pacers. I knew I was in good shape. And I came back to Texas and I opened with a 14:17 5K. They put me in the slow heat. And so I just ripped, and we negative split hard, like 4:40, 4:30, 4:20, whatever the math is. That's probably off, but something like that. And we went 14:17 from the slow heat, and I won it. And the guys in the fast heat was like Cruz, Hoftu. I think Hoftu went 14:03. And so that was a good opener, right? The rest of the year, this is why, like this is my introduction to learning that coaches, you know, whether or not they have good intentions, sometimes they'll get caught in cognitive dissonance and just blame you and not be willing to improve, especially if they're like 40, 50, 60. Or like if they have problems at 60, it's because at some point they chose they're not going to change anymore, right? Because they weren't perfect at 20 and then they had problems at 60. They were flawed at 20 and they just stopped growing. So if they're 60 saying this stupid like cognitive dissonance stuff or blaming you or not taking accountability, it's like they're cooked. Don't even try. They're 60. I'm 24 years old now, right? They've spent 39, 40 years not changing. I can't even fathom that. So this is when my illusion of coaches being perfect, or not even coaches being perfect, but coaches being infallible was broken. So I go 14:17. That whole year, I PR once and then get worse. So we train for like 3 months, 4 months. Indoor season, I go 14:11. But remember, the first race was like no pace, no pacers. I front ran it. We negative split hard. This, we have perfect pacing. It's at the A&M track. I'm wearing spikes, dragonflies, first pair of dragonflies. I go 14:11. I celebrate like this. That's the only highlight of the year. I run a 3K, I get caught by Cruz tire. I run a 5K, this is what ended me going to Kenya. I get worse all year. Indoor, I'm surviving, I get like 6th at Big 12s. Then outdoors, I'm dead. And we had like a stretch of races where I'd go 14:40, 14:50 when they wanted me to go 13:50. Just a terrible feeling. At conference, we're like, you're gonna do it. I'm like, I didn't feel confident, but I'm like, trust your coach. You're gonna do it. And so I'm telling everyone I'm talking, like, we're gonna get the regional standard, 13:50. And we go out and I come through in a 3K PR. We're running the 5K. And so I'm like, okay, trust your coaches. I know I've been running like crap. I know I feel like crap, but they say it's gonna be good. And so I run this 5K, whole team watching. Bro, the Texas team, all baddies. Bro, we used to joke that Flo, like, before he checks if they're good at running, he checks that they're like beautiful. So whatever, they're all like that. All my friends on the girls team, the guys team, everyone's watching, cheering for me. I come through in a 3K PR and I pretty much just walk it in. Like I come through in 8:17, I go 14:50. Can someone do the fucking math on that? Ooh, that was a low moment. Like there's internal lows and then there's external lows. Like this is just embarrassing. So an internal low would be like indoor nats. All my resolutions, all my hopes, all my dreams are crushed at once. This is like just embarrassing. It's like, even if I'm not taking it to the heart, this is embarrassing. And so right after that, I'm like, I go talk to Yusuf Islamano. We've been talking about me going to Kenya, fly busy, because he went to Kenya. He said it did really good for him. He's like, you should go to Kenya. I'm like, okay, sure. But I was like, kind of like, I don't know, like if this goes well, maybe I don't need to. After this race, I was like, I need to go. Like I'm buying my ticket now. And then I'm out to Kenya like the next week, but it was like just such a low end to the season. I was like, I need to get away from these coaches ASAP. Because I love Coach Carosa, my high school coach, you guys know that. And maybe I don't love my college coaches so much, but I was like, I need to get everyone out of my ear. Because when I stayed in Austin the year before, Coach Carosa would be like, come train with us, and I'll train with him. And so I never really did mileage, but I wanted to get the voices out of my ear. Good voices like his, and then bad voices like other people's. So I was like, I need to get away from here. And so I went to Kenya. And I fly over, I'm alone every day. I think it's gonna be hot because it's Kenya. But Kenya has southern hemisphere weather. Who would have thought? You know, I think it's the only one on its latitude that has southern hemisphere weather. Cool. And I'm in E10, so it's altitude, so it's even cooler. So it's like 40s, 50s, and I'm packed for like 90s, 80s. And everyone who's training, like I think, oh, it's Olympic year, everyone will be going hard. Everyone who made the Olympics is in Tokyo. I'm a moron. Everyone who didn't make it is taking a break. I'm a moron. So I work out with people once or twice in the 6 weeks I'm there. I go days without even talking. We're doing laundry by hand. On the 5th day, I didn't get malaria shots. I thought I had malaria. I thought I was gonna die. I was vomiting. I couldn't eat. My headache was the worst I've ever had in my life. And then the day before that, I went on a run in the cold. My phone broke. So I'm sitting in this hut, depressed, not running. I'm like, it's over. I'm gonna die. I want to be great. I'm gonna die in Kenya. I'm 20. What happened to my plans? Is this really how I go out? Like some super NPC? Forget NPC. I'm like one of the bits that makes up an NPC. But we beat that. It was altitude sickness, by the way. It wasn't malaria, if you're wondering. But it was just delayed altitude sickness because I worked out like the second day in E10. That's really bad. So I guess it kind of loaded a little more and then hit me hard. And so basically the whole week I jumped up to 110 miles an hour. I'm big on, I think I said this in another video, Abraham Lincoln said that God works through the course of events. And people in Kenya kept telling me I had thick bones. And so I've been like 70 miles a week, 60 miles a week. They kept telling me I had thick bones. And I listen to this kind of stuff. I'm like, okay, thick bones, what does that mean? I always thought it was because I was African, but I'm in Africa. And they're like, oh, you have thick bones for the Africans I always work on. I'm like, okay, that means I need to be doing mileage. Just based on weaknesses and strengths. If you have thick bones, you're gonna be heavier, but you can take more work. So I need to be doing more work. So I jumped up to 110 miles a week. And it wasn't straight, you know, obviously, like I was at 60, I jump up to 110, and then it's like dips down to 110, dips down 110, because there's going to be issues and, you know, tribulations, like random stuff that pops up. But the goal was to do 110. And eventually it would be like 110, 60, 110, 70, 110, 80, and then eventually I could hold 110. But I did that and I worked out 3 days a week, double workouts. And so here's what I do. Everything went wrong, guys. I'm not going to harp the same way I did in the first video about struggle, but I already got into the no one's training. I already got into the, it's freezing. I thought it would be hot. The track, there's always a dirt track, a beautiful dirt track in E10. It was closed for the summer for renovations. Yeah, I really just, I go through my life not thinking about this because it's like the universe wants me to fail, bro. And I keep winning. I keep winning. I don't know what to tell you. I keep winning. So whatever, Lucifer's going to have to try a little bit harder. It's not working. You're not going to break me. I'm going to win. And so the track is shut down for the summer. Guess where the nearest track is? An hour or 10 minutes away. Eldoret, Kipchoge Stadium. So every workout day, I wake up 5 a.m., 4:50, bus an hour, 15 minutes. 6 a.m. we're working out at the track. 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. I'm working out. 8 a.m. I bus back. 10 a.m. hang out, lunch, maybe take a nap. 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. I bus back. We're at 3 hours of busing on the day, a workout, and I have another workout. I do the workout. No one does doubles there. I'm like, this is the fucking home of champions. I'm the only one on the damn track. This is the home of champions. I remember I had a Stanford interview when I was younger, and I told him, I was like, I don't think people are trying as hard as they are. My example was based on cancer research. I was like, I really think if we all applied ourselves, like cancer would be cured, blah, blah, blah. He's like, you have no idea how hard people are working. Like, obviously you're young, but you have no idea how hard people are working. You know, suffice to say, I didn't get in. But I was right. I feel rectified in everything. Running. People are not working as hard as you think they are. You know, I was ranked number 3 in the world. People are not working as hard as you think they are. Yeah, I think I work hard. I do work hard, but it's like, I don't sacrifice everything for it. I was right when I was telling him, yeah, you have to work harder. You have to work harder. And we could do such great things. Most people are lazy. 1%, maybe 1% of people are on. Like, there has to be a higher calling. Like, whatever it is, you can't just be living the way you guys are living. TV, YouTube, Netflix. We're not here for that. But anyways, I'm at this PM session and I think this is the home of champions. It's fucking empty, working out alone. And then I bus back. It's fucking 7 p.m. The sun's down. I bus back. And this is 3 days a week. I'm going crazy. I'm sick. I'm not talking to my family. I'm not talking to my friends. I'm looking on Instagram. People are scrolling. People are at the beach. People are hanging out with their friends. People are playing video games. I'm alone in a hut. There's nothing to be had. I did this because I wanted to be something, not because it was promised to me. So I bus back. If I get back after 8 p.m., I'm locked out. Kenya rules. There's gangsters and stuff. I only show up late once. I don't even know the rule. They don't tell me. I guess it's just supposed to be known. I show up at 8:15, 8:30. Sun's down. I try my key. It's locked. I try and climb the fence. I'm at the top of the fence. I make eye contact with the guy who owns the townhouse. Sorry, don't shoot me. I come back down, he unlocks it, and then I never show up late again. This is 3 days a week for 6 weeks. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm getting sick. I've run 1450. I'm nobody. This is how you get things out of the world. You put things in first. I'm working hard. I come back to America. Guess what? I'm worse than when I left. I was doing workouts on the treadmill. I couldn't go as fast as I was going in Kenya. What the heck is going on? I start working out with the team. The first workout, Haftu blows past me. Cruz blows past me. Freshman, remember I'm a junior. Freshmen blow past me. And I'm like, oh my God, it was like, was it all a waste? Like I'm worse than I was before I left. I remember Cruz. Love Cruz, but he said some shit like, bro went to Kenya just to get worse. Yeah, at least I tried, even if I had gotten worse. That's besides the point. Point is I tried. Most people don't even try. You know the story. Hopefully you know the story. Eventually I come around, I end up getting All-American. And then this year it's like, I'm doing a lot of my own training. Because like I said, my illusion of coach infallibility is broken. I'm not willing to trust the coach anymore. And so this is where I started. Like I work really well with coaches who want to work with me. But if you're some control freak, or if you want me to do my way or the highway and you've never coached anyone, fuck you. And so this year I'm just doing a lot of self-coaching. The only time I trust my coach, because like I said, I try and be amiable, is before Big 12s. And we do like no workouts for 2 weeks, then we do a long run. I run like shit. I get like 20th, and then the next, and then I basically give up on my season. I cut my mileage to 30. I start running with Coach Carrozza. I'm like, I'm cooked. Can you just get me ready for track? He's like, don't give up. And then I get All-American in cross country. So that's why I'm not a big fan of people who say you have to hold mileage to run well. I was going like 30 miles a week, like some high schooler, just ripping, getting ready for track, and I ran great. My best race ever, 10K. 28:33, 32nd place, All-American. Very important medal to me because it showed what I'm telling you now, right? I learned from reality. I'm trying to make you learn from me because most of you're never going to try if you don't get it through your head now. You got to put stuff in before you ever get stuff out, and it's going to be hard. It might be embarrassing. It might be long in duration. You might say, I need it by the end of this year or I'm going to die, and it might come the next year. That's how the world works. It's mean. But I get All-American, and then indoors, I run like 0.1 off the school record on a flat track. Converts to 7:46, basically the school record. 5K, I get the school record. The mile, I'm not even a miler. I break the school record. Same thing that happened to me this year with the collegiate record. I break the school record, but Cruz beats me, so he gets it. All in all, stellar year, and then I don't make nationals. I'm bumped out. And dude, this is the thing about Texas. It's like such a business. They had a plane of people who made nationals, and they promised me. They're like, we promised you if you run 7:48, you'll be in. I run 7:46. I get bumped out, and they don't even tell me. They take my picture off the plane. No hard feelings, but it's like, where's the human decency? Some people just stop growing up. Like, I feel like I'm pretty wise and pretty mature and this and that, and I still have so much work to do. Some of these guys are 50, 60, acting like children, disrespecting people, having these weird gripes. What is wrong with you? Anyways, they take my picture off the plane instead of telling me. No one tells me. I'm like about to lose it. I remember Rashida comes up to me, are you okay? Are you okay? Because I'm like, I just get so mad. I'm killing myself for this sport. They can't even look me in the eyes and say like, even if you're blaming me, have the decency to say, hey, you didn't make it. It's okay. Good luck next, good luck in outdoor. We still believe in you. So that's how Texas was. But they end up putting me on the DMR. And I love to give credit where it's due. To be fair, I was the last miler, so they had to. I give credit when it's due. Thank you for doing that. And then we win the DMR. And so it's one of those God's plan things. So it's like, maybe I'm in the 3K. I don't take the DMR as seriously. We don't win. So we won the DMR. Hallelujah. I can call myself a national champion, NCAA champion. And then after, I'm like, I need a break. You guys need to give me a break. I'm dead. And they're like, no, we have Texas relays next week. I run 2 races. I run the 5K and they won't give me a pacer. Just all sort of stupid logistical stuff. This season is the most frustrating. I remember I was on a call with Dave Smith telling him about the season, OSU coach, and he was listening to me just rage about how stupid the season was. And he was like, yeah, you raced more in that outdoor season than my guys will race in their careers. Like in their 4 years at OSU or 5 years at OSU. But basically, picture this. We win indoors, the highest moment of our career. I'm like, I need a break. They're promising me all the scholarship money. They're promising me this and that. We go straight into Texas relays. Like 10 days later, I race a 5K, they don't give me a pacer, so I don't even get the mark. So I go a 5K effort to not get a regional mark. And then I run a DMR the next day. We lose. We go from national champions to Texas A&M beat us on our track. Was this a win? Was this worth it? Is this worth ruining my break? 6 days later, we run a 1500 in the heat. Go 3:43 from the front, me and Cruz. So you see how they're like, we're dying. 10 days later, we run, I think, a 10K, hardest race of my college career. That I never ran a 10K again because of how hard that race was. 6 days later, we go and run a 5K at Penn Relays. They don't give me a pacer, even though our freshmen want to pace me, and they're good enough. They don't want them to pace me. Stupid. So I don't get a qual. Then we fly out 6 days later to Oregon because I didn't get the fucking qual. And they don't pace me. The pacer, love Matt Wisner. Matt Wisner paces us like 2K, and then he drops out, and some Portland guy sits on me, and I'm dead. This is my worst race outdoor almost, except regionals. We'll get to that. Some dude just blows my door off. Okay, cool. A Portland guy got a clip on me. National champion. Yeah, this was so great. Yeah, we should have had a. You guys can tell I processed it all really healthily and really well, right? So Portland guy clips on me. And then I remember, I don't even want to do all these races. And then this made me so mad. We're at Big 12s. I want to get a regional qual. And the coach comes up to me. He's like, I think I'm going to pull you out. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I think we raced you a little too much this season. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm one to hold grudges. It's part of what makes me so productive, whether or not it's healthy or not. It's why I keep getting better. It's like I can always call back to when people made me feel small or made me feel slighted. So I'm not, you're gonna pull me out now? You could have got a fucking conscience when I needed a pacer, when I needed a break after we got the first title, the only title Texas will probably ever get. Maybe then you could have got a conscience. Now you got a conscience, Big 12s, or you're gonna pull me out because you're such a good guy? And so obviously I'm not responding with that. And he's like, if we race you, you're gonna have pacers. Because we've got Haftu ran the 10K, he won. He's dead. Love Haftu. He would have told me, bro, I'm dead. Bro, I'm dead. We got a bunch of freshmen. They're not going to do shit. Love you, Abe. Love you, Isaac. I still love them. They're dead. I think Isaac ran the 10K. He's a dead freshman who ran the 10K. Have him pace me. And so God's on my side. I always feel is on my side. So the race is supposed to be at 6 p.m., windy, hot, and it's altitude. Because of thunder warning or something, I don't even know. They move it to 7 a.m. So a bunch of people drop out who I would have to race. And it's perfect conditions, 0 wind, and I get an altitude conversion. We're warming up. We're about to get put on the line. He's like, Abe, Isaac, Haftu, you guys aren't pacing, you're racing. It's just so absurd. You can only smile if you're me. You can only laugh. It's like, I'm not one to get super mad. Usually I laugh when I get nervous or whatever. Can you even imagine that? This is my life, and this is how they're treating it. So we're on the line. I make my own plan. Like, I can do it alone. I just ran like 7:46. I have to run 13:45. I can do that. Like in practice, we've gone 14:10. We're doing some random stupid workout. I'm like, sure, I'll run at 14:10. That's nothing. I don't think it'll help. But so the gun goes off and they have some Iowa State guys pacing or OSU guys pacing or whatever. And they pace for like a mile maybe, then they drop off and everyone looks at me. Because as you know, national champion, and I won Big 12s for the 5K. And now I'm probably the only one in the field who has any chance of winning with no 5K qual. They all look at me and start jogging. And I just rip to the front and my coach, get the fuck to the back! Get the fuck in the back! Oh, it's like, you just have to just roll with it. Like, I can't even imagine that level of gall. To do that to my season, this is my life. You're getting paid 6 figures, this and that, to fuck me. This is my life. And he's, get to the fuck to the back. He's screaming at me. I was never one for conflict, and I didn't think he would do this. I was like, this is obviously the plan. He just doesn't want to help. I'm like, I'll do it alone. Now my coach is screaming, get the fuck to the back or you're done. So I tuck back in. Alex Mayer blows my door off. We close in 259 or something for 1200. He wins. I don't get the mark. And I was like, dude, we drop everyone. I was like, okay, I could have got the mark and Alex Mayer blows my doors off, or I get the mark and I win. Maybe he doesn't have as much aerobic. And so I cross the line and I'm on the verge of tears. Like, I care about this. People want to think it's silly. It's like, this is what I do. I don't necessarily think running is the most important thing in the world. I think I've chosen it to be a very important thing to me in the phase of life I'm in. So it's important, so I care about it. So I cross the line, I'm on the verge of tears. And I'm like, I can't now. I can't, is what I say. Like, my voice is about to start cracking. He's like, get over here now. And like, so I go over, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you said I was gonna have a pacer, this and that. And I'm not, let's be clear, I'm like on the verge of tears. I'm not like, you said I was gonna have a pacer. No, I'm like, you said I was gonna have a pacer, this and that. I'm trying not to cry. Like, I can't do this. I can't do this right now. So I walk away. And Flo sees me walk away from him. And then Watson comes again. If you don't like it here, you can leave. Oh, really? Spoiler alert, I leave. Yeah, that's how it was at Texas, bro. Maybe this is TMI, but it's like, this isn't some he said, she said. This is how it is. I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job of being honest. Like, I did a lot of extra workouts that contribute to the burnout, but it's like, think about this racing. If I worked out once a week, this is still an absurd amount of racing. And so later on, he calls me and he's like, you're gonna scratch in. So I scratch in with my Penn Relays time that I also soloed. I scratch in to like second or last person into regionals. But I low-key know I'm dead. You've killed me. Cool, I'm on the line. I've run 7 races since indoors, and I was dead before outdoors started. And the story's kind of over. My whole family comes out. I'm dead in the 10K. And this is how Texas was set up. Most schools, they tell you to fake an injury. If you fake an injury and then you get cleared, you can still run in the next race. Texas, like, we don't want to do the paperwork. If you don't feel good, jog it in. So I don't feel good at 5K. I jog a 15:10 or something. I'm last place. I'm still the top Texas finisher because everyone else dropped out. And so 10K doesn't go well, 5K I go off, also doesn't go well, season's over. So that's what it is. And then they gypped me on scholarship money. They promised me like a full for this semester and the next, and they tried to change the deal because I ran a horrible outdoor. I was like, whatever, I'm leaving. So I got in the portal, and then I'll include Worlds because I got in the portal, I commit to Tennessee, but I have Worlds before that. So I'm hurt. I get hurt really bad every summer. I start running again, whatever, get hurt. And I'm aqua jogging for Worlds. Sudan says I can run for Worlds. I talked to some agents, they're like, you'll be fine for a contract if you run for Sudan. Very good experience, but I'm just not in good shape. I aqua jog 2 hours a day. Just do 3 minutes on, 30 seconds off for the full hour or hour and a half every day. And I watch anime by the pool while I'm spinning in circles. And I go 14:10. I probably could have gone like 13:59. Kind of impressive, no running until like the week before. And then yeah, now I take a little break and I prepare for Tennessee. So now I transfer to Tennessee. So I didn't want to go to Tennessee. I wasn't sure where I'd go. I think I wanted to go to NAU. So I talked to Mike Smith a little. Then he goes to me, so whatever. Carlson is spamming my line. Like he is a love bomber. I always talk about coaches in terms of toxic boyfriends, and the athlete would be the hot girl. And I was the hottest girl at the time. I think I was the best person in the portal, hottest girl. So Carlson's a love bomber. He's calling me every day, calling me 4 times a day. There was like something on No Context. I wouldn't say it went viral, but everyone in running in college saw it. I had a screenshot. Carlson called me 6 times in like a 5-minute period, or like whatever, instantly. So that's how he was recruiting. But I knew he was a good recruiter. I was like, I don't know if I want to go there. Usually you don't want to go where a good recruiter is. You want a bad recruiter who has athletes who love him, because then you know they're real. And so Carlson's pretty much the only person super interested. Dave Smith is nice, but I don't want to go to Stillwater. We had kind of a rivalry with them at Texas, so I didn't feel right. UNC, I don't think they were that interested. Maybe they emailed me once. There wasn't that much interest, even though we just won NCs. When I look back, I ghosted a lot of people, so maybe there's more interest. But Carlson was really blowing everyone out the water with the calls and the attention and the harassment and this and that. Not harassment, just coming at me. And then Dylan's calling me too. Dylan's like Carlson's best athlete. They're transferring together to Tennessee, so he's trying to get me to come so that the team can be good. So Dylan's cool. We get along very well, and I'm like, whatever, I'll just go to Tennessee. But the issue with me is I have 4 classes left until I graduate, and I'm thinking I might just abandon them. I wanted to go to Stanford, but the Stanford coach didn't want me at all, which was serendipitous. You know, they're not doing so hot without their star guys. But I want to go to Stanford, I want to go to NAU, and I was like, if I go to Stanford, I'll just abandon my degree and get a Stanford degree. And they weren't interested, so I was like, dang, maybe I should just finish my Texas degree. So what happened is I told Carlson I'm going to sit out a semester. Like, I'm just going to come and track. And he was like, no, we need you in cross country, this and that. Pretty please. And I was like, I'll do it if you can get me, like, I came up with the idea. I was like, if you can get me into classes at Tennessee and then fly me out for races, I can train alone. Like, I'm one of a kind. I don't need a team. I don't need this or that. And most coaches would have said, whatever. Just like I was talking to TCU a little bit. They were like, just come in the outdoors if you're going to come. Carlson's like, okay, we'll figure it out. And so he's locked in with the compliance and locked in with the director of ops, Mackenzie, and all this and all that, trying to get it all together. I'm thinking it's not going to work, but eventually he hits me up. He's like, okay, we can do it. We'll get you in 5 classes at Tennessee. You'll live in Texas. Take your 4 classes there. If you don't graduate, your career is going to be over because you'll be ineligible for like 2 years. At Tennessee, you can fail whatever. I just have to pass 6 hours, but I'm in 15. So in total, I'm in like 30 hours. But I have to graduate from Texas with the 4 classes, and then I have to pass 2 at Tennessee. And so I'm training alone. I don't have a single bad workout this block. I live in Texas. I go to Tennessee every 2 weeks, pretty much, to see the guys, to train with the team, see the coach, do 1 workout with Dylan. And then I come back, and I remember one day I went over for the Alabama-Tennessee football game, the only football game I've ever liked watching. And then the next day I was at ACL in Austin. And people were like, what the heck? Why are you here? Like, you were there? I felt like a celebrity. So yeah, I was on the treadmill all the time, training, working out alone, and not a single bad workout that whole block. The only hiccup was I have a specific taper I like to do, and I told Carlson I wanted to drop my mileage and do that taper. He likes when you hold your mileage and lower the workout amount, which I'm not a big fan of. But so we did the worst of both worlds. We lowered the mileage and didn't do the workouts. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have just either gone fully his way or fully mine. But like I told you guys in the last part, what happened is at Texas, I dropped my mileage to like 30 miles a week, and I ran incredible. So anyone trying to tell me you have to hold mileage to run well, it just doesn't, it's not true. So they're lying to you. When I trust the coach, I capitulate and we work together. And of course, like, you know, you're my coach. Deep down in my core, I know I don't need mileage. So he's like, you need mileage, just drop the workout intensity. And if you're wondering, the literature all says drop the mileage and keep the workout intensity. So I was right. But anyways, we dropped the mileage, and because I want to do that, and then we dropped the workout intensity because that's what he recommends. And so I run very horrible. I get 33rd, but that's when I end up throwing the medal. I get 33rd. It's a step down after I've done all this stuff to get better. I transferred, this and that. Like, our weight coach is posting Haftu beating me at the line. Like, Texas hates me. I'm like, dude, you guys are like 30, 40, 50 years old, right? I'm just trying to be great. If you want to stay in the same place your whole life, that's fine with me. But yeah, I get 33rd. It's tough, very hard race. I hunkered down. I was in like 15th or 14th until 8K, and then just started blowing up. So painful. I only locked back in because Haftu passed me. Shout out Haftu. And then I get, 33rd, and I come back home, and I always had the idea of doing a video like Sneeko. So I guess this is a very important moment in my YouTube channel, because until this point, I'm just doing sort of vlogs. And I'm like, I have a message. Like, I don't want to just do vlogs. I have a message, and I write a script, and I'm like, I want to do a video like Sneeko. Like, Sneeko had that video. He did a lot of videos like this, but like how people view you, where he shaved his head. I was like, I have a message. Like, how can I get it out there? And I don't want to just do vlogs. I want to do my own type of video. I was like, if I hook the medal, that'll be a good hook. And then I can say my message about getting better and this and that. What was the video called? How to be better. Literally, how people view how to be better. And so that video did really well. A lot of people viewed it. Still to this day, it's like, if you think I missed that medal, you don't understand who I am as a person at all. I'm going to be great. I'm going to be like remembered in history, in the minds of everyone who's ever met me. And you're talking about some medal, 33rd place. I was 21 years old. No one gives a shit. Obviously, I don't give a shit. I went to look for it once for a video, and people are like, oh, he regrets it. Every time I do a bad race, he regrets it. Okay, so I've gotten better and gone through these trials and tribulations. You commented the same thing 3 years later. You're the same person. So I throw the medal, it does well, and this is like a whole new era for my YouTube. It's like a 0 to 1 thing. Like, you know, everyone realizes at some point in their life that they can just do things. Or not everyone, but everyone who becomes anyone realizes you can just do things. Like, there's no rules. I felt like I could only make vlogs. First, I did my own training. I was like, oh, this is working. Oh, then I did my own type of YouTube video. Oh, this is working. And so finally, I do that. I have a bad 3K, and then we go to Egypt. So if you guys know, I said in the first first part, maybe the second part, that I would always skip family trips. I would always skip family trips because of the nature of our training in high school with Coach Carosa. We'd meet every day. And so my friendships, everything was tied to my workout schedule. So missing that felt like giving up on your dreams, missing your friends, everything. So I kind of overcompensated now. That's why with the treadmill, with running alone, I had to meet for like 2-3 of the most developmental years of my life. So now I don't have to meet. Sometimes I love running alone. I love running in the same place. I love controlling the controllables because we would run like outside in wind, hills, together, meet at 6 a.m. every day. And so this Tennessee arc showed me I can train alone really well. And so my family's like, let's go to Egypt. I'm like, actually, sure. Because I always say no usually. I'm like, no, I'm not going. Sorry, I have training. No, I'm not going. It's like, sure, we'll go to Egypt. It's winter. I can make the training work. And I probably hit 125 to 135 miles the whole trip. Some of the most beautiful training, like 60s, 70s, like we went to Alexandria, the boardwalk, beautiful 10-mile boardwalk, no wind. I would do my tempos out and back. I'd do my runs out and back. I'd do my long runs out and back. Beautiful. I remember once we were on the other side, Hurghada, and it was windy, but the Ubers are like $2. So I Ubered like 15, 20 miles away and did my workout with the wind. And so I was making it work, 130 miles a week, and I had good runs, went to Sudan, went to Egypt. And this is the trip where my dad dies. So I'm not gonna get into the freaking details, but traumatic. If I wasn't such a rock solid dude, probably would have had to take the season off. But dad dies. Next day I do a long run, 22 miles. My mom's obviously freaking out, so I just do it around our house. It's like a mile loop. I'm like, I can't leave. My mom might panic. So I do 22 miles around our house, just in case she needs to call me or something. And I do these emotional dumps. Like if you know me, I'll go like if I forget something, or I'll do a sigh if I am in despair. And the whole run, I'm like I freak out probably every 5 minutes. Freak out, lock in, freak out, lock in, freak out, lock in. And then I come back, Carlson talks to me, it's gonna be okay, blah, blah, blah. My friends text me, it's gonna be okay. Pretty horrendous experience, bro. It reminds me of the horrible races. Like when a race is going horrible, you think I just want it to be tomorrow, or that's what I think. I don't know about you guys. I just want it to be tomorrow. Like, it's over, like this isn't gone right. I want it to be tomorrow. When my dad died and we like couldn't save him, I was like, I just want it to be tomorrow. I just want it to be tomorrow. Not to get too into that. Anyways, training was going well. Very glad I got to spend my last, I could have not been there because, I say goodbye to every trip. It makes you believe in serendipity. I say goodbye to every trip except this one. Come and then I'm there for our last moment as a full family. Come back to the US, 28 days later, I run number 6 all time. So, some people will say I'm hyped beyond my accolades. To this point, I had the YouTube and it was doing pretty well, but all I had done was win NCs on the DMR, nothing else. And then I come back 28 days after my dad died, number 6 in collegiate history. I remember on the line before that race, I was just nervous, panicked, freaking out. I'm not good enough. I'm not good anymore. Of course, I'm not gonna be able to do this and that. So when people talk to me about mentality and you didn't want this mentally, I'm like, shut up. You don't know the sport at all. It's always bum cake losers talking about mentality, mental this. I was fit, so it doesn't matter if I was distraught and despair, mumbo jumbo. I ran and it was easy. 742.27. Easy. Despite being in the lowest mental state I'll ever be in my life, probably. Don't let a coach ever brainwash you into, oh, you're just mentally. No, you're just a shitty coach. That's also my first semester actually living in Tennessee. So I moved to Tennessee. I've lived on Tennessee for like 10 days at this point, and I run number 6 in collegiate history. And so I don't give myself enough credit sometimes. And you guys are talking about Yaseen loves Yaseen more than anyone. I don't give myself credit enough sometimes. Picture this from a coaching perspective. You sign this kid, you never see him. I would talk to Carlson once every 2 weeks. You sign this kid, you text him once every 2 weeks. He pulls up and he beats your national champion in the first race. Shout out Dylan. Then he doesn't train at all. He drops his mileage to freaking like nothing and doesn't work out. He comes and he gets All-American 33rd. He's depressed as hell. He goes away, picture this from a coach's perspective. He goes away to Egypt. You're probably nervous. You're like, he's not gonna train this and that. His dad dies. He pulls up to campus, and 10 days later, he runs number 6 in collegiate history. What the fuck? Who is this guy? Are you serious? This is not human. And so I tend not to give myself enough credit. I've always been around the greatest athletes, like in this, like I was around Dylan Jacobs. I was around at Texas. I was around we had 8, 9, maybe 10 Olympians on the same team. How many gold medalists? Leo, Juju, Rashid will do it soon. All these people. And so I don't give myself enough credit. But think about that story. Put some horror ambient noise behind that. He pulls up and he runs number 6 all time. That was the trend at Tennessee, so I'll keep going, but pretty bad at Tennessee because I run my best time always after the break, which there's something to be said about when I'm away from everyone. I perform my best when I come back, but 7:42. I get worse pretty much. I run a 3:55 split on the DMR, and then I run horrible at Nationals. Outdoors, I run horrible. make nationals for the first time though. In the summer, what do I do in the summer? I think I mess around. I don't remember what I did that year. What is it, 2023? 2022 I had World, 2023 I did nothing really. Just trained, and Dylan left. So that sucked. I loved having Dylan. It was nice. He's like a nice anchor. If I run bad, Dylan's gonna run good. The next year I was the top guy, and that year was just a way worse experience. So I trained really hard. I was in such good shape. I thought I could get top 10 or top 5 at cross country, and it didn't happen. Worst race of my collegiate career. I got 180 some place. Everyone acts like you're quitting or you're not. I've almost never quit in a race in my life. I could tell you if I quit. I've almost never quit a race in my life. And people are like, you quit. I could tell you're not trying. I was trying harder to try than anywhere in my life in that race, dude. 185th place. I can't even move. It's like I'm dead. So yeah, that was a bad start to my last year at Tennessee. That year was the only year in my life I've gotten worse. And, you know, some people say staying the same is, you know, there's something to be admired there. Because I went 742.3, first race indoors, and then I got worse. And then outdoors, I got worse. So the worst year of my life is basically staying stagnant. So it says something about how great I am. And then I transfer. So Carlson, I mean, I'm not going to go ahead and talk smack, but yeah, I don't like that guy, bro. It's like a love-hate relationship with more dislike. But his training is very aerobic based, and that's better than very race pace based. But you know, everything is a pyramid, and we're missing the top of the pyramid. After my last outdoor race, Carlson was like, you know, not to air him out, but he's like, you know what? I think you guys would do better with some race pace. And I was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here, bro. Are you kidding me? Burned 2 years of my career. I think we should do some race pace. It very much felt like I was a bullet in his gun. It's like, bro, I don't want to be a bullet. I want to be me. It's like, yeah, you're you. You've got a gun. You got some bullets. I don't want to be a bullet that you're just firing to check a statistic or check a theory. So I leave Tennessee. I'm like, dude, this is like, I learned a lot here, but it's time to go. At Texas, we trained too hard. At Tennessee, I would say if the optimal is 85%, at Texas, we were training 90 to 100. At Tennessee, we were training like 60 to 70. And so I was like, I want to train 85%. Can we train optimally? And so I get in the portal, and I'm in a pretty low state emotionally. Everyone always criticizes me when I transfer. But let's put this in perspective, guys. Every school I've been at, the time I've been there, the mile to the 10K have gone down. Every school I've been at, the coach has left right after me. Every school I've been at, people say the culture was never the same after I left. So let's not act like there's not something about me that's making these things happen. Yes, I light a fire under people. Yes, you do become better for being around me. It's not that I'm great, it's that I make you want to be great, and then you become great. I'm a light bringer. I'll shine a light on your greatness, bro. That's my offer. But so I transfer. People, why is he transferring? Why is he transferring? Blah, blah, blah. He's just not good enough. I get into the Olympics. I knew I was gonna maybe be in the Olympics since maybe March or February. They accept me officially. I'm published on the World Athletics, whatever, in May. And there's like it's at SECs, and there's like a conflagration. Like everyone's bitching. Well, he's never run a marathon. He's never run a marathon. First of all, I'm better than any of you could ever even imagine to be, right? Who gives a crap I haven't run a marathon? I could go out tomorrow and run better than you could ever dream of running. So I was never really worried, but I didn't want to mess it up. And so there's something to be said about I train better when there's more pressure on me. So when I'm coaching myself and it looks like I might be more embarrassed, I'm more willing to hold back, which is my typical weakness. Versus when I'm in a system with trainers and coaches and teammates, I will push harder with the expectation that, hey, I'm in a system. Someone else will hold me back, and then I kill myself. And so in this Olympic training block, I had no one with me. So I would just keep it very simple. One hard long run, like double threshold, like a couple other workouts to stimulate different systems. And it went very well. Nothing fancy, nothing special. I did a little taper, straight taper, and I ran incredible. The race was easy. I'm next to the GOATs ever. Haile Gebrselassie left us off. Kipchoge's running next to me. Kenenisa Bekele's running next to me. Like, I'm next to all the US guys. I'm like, this is incredible. And so that was a really good experience. Loved the Olympics. My whole family was there. It felt great. Everyone's thinking I'm gonna choke. I'm seated last place, 95 out of 95. I get 33rd. And I take a freaking dump in the middle. So could have been a little bit better. And I'm gonna say really quickly that people will say, someone commented on some video, oh, if I was you, I would have just crap myself. You don't want it bad enough. Bro, I'm there, you're not. That's not what makes someone great. When the lights are on, anyone could crap themselves. What? You know, I was literally thinking about it like a couple months ago. I was like, it's November, no one's watching me. I could literally skip this run and I know it would end my career. That's why I'm me and you're you. I know that the run in November when no one's watching is the one that made me great. Not when the lights are on, the camera's on, and I'm clip farming in August. So you go crap yourself and whatever, you know, run 8-minute miles. I will in November do the run when it's cold and dark and no one cares. And that's why I'm me and that's why you're you. I take 5 days off, 5 days easy, and then I pull up to Arkansas. And Arkansas was just amazing. Like for the first maybe month, the guys weren't really talking. And so I would just play League of Legends. I very compartmentalize things, so I was like, okay, we're not hanging out. I still have to have joy. I have to make sure I have joy in my life. So I started playing video games. And so I just come home from practice, play video games. That was like for a month. And then I was like, this is stupid. I need to actually have friends. Like it's my duty to bring community wherever I go because I'm capable of doing that. So I start hanging out with the team. I make us do stuff. My secret technique is I just start coming to people's houses uninvited. Sorry guys, the guys' houses, I'll just pull up. Yo, what are we doing? Hey, what are you doing here, bro? Blah, blah, blah. Then I pull up. Is that Donovan? Yes, bro, that's the secret method. I started pulling up to Ruben's house. Ruben, Jack, Elias, and then Ryan Murphy. Murph. He's the head coach at FSU now. But we just pull up to this house and do whatever, invite whoever over. And we started hanging out, started cooking, started doing this and that. And it was a really good experience. Cross country was awesome. First time being on a team that's like, I was finishing workouts back in 8th or 9th. And I'm not one who can work out super hard and be fine. I can't do that. So what I did is I started working out alone. Like not alone, I would have my own group. I told Buck, I'm like, this is the Yaseen group now. Anyone who has to come runs Yaseen's pace because they're killing me. Like I don't have the self-control. If I start with you, I'll finish with you or try to. And these guys would break me. Tim would break me. Karami would break me. So we just start out together, but I'll run my own pace, whatever we do. And so such a good experience. The team's so close. Buck is so good at like leading the team and coaching and accommodating all the guys. And that was a very close team. Shout out Davis. I don't think I talked about Davis. Shout out Patrick. He just broke the American record, but he's Kenyan. So Arkansas was awesome. And then we're running fine. I do good at pre-nats. And it was so much fun talking smack with Karami. So much fun. Like not to him, but when FlowChat would interview us and we'd say some shit like, we're not trying, it's easy. Yeah, Karami's in here. Karami and Donovan. Me and Karami begin on FlowChat. Yeah, that was a 5% race. People are commenting, they tried way harder than 5%. Yeah, fucking moron. My heart rate was 198. It's a joke. Oh, we tried 5%. Oh, what did you try? Oh, I tried 6%. Oh, I'm not gonna say it. I tried 10%. But that was so fun. Just talking smack and we're gonna win and we're gonna go 1 through 5 and this and that. Fun regular season. It's like every coach has given me what I need. As far as Texas, I learned to work hard. Tennessee, I learned to restrain myself. And then Buck taught me not to overthink it. Because funnily enough, he's goddamn 900 years old. Shout out Buck. He was the only coach I had receptive to change. So before I even got there, he was like, yeah, we're doing double threshold this year. I was like, perfect. That's what I do. And no other coach I had was even willing to consider it while I was there. Carlson started a little bit at the end. Buck was like, it's better. Why wouldn't we just do this? So I never did a tempo at all, I think. I didn't even do one tempo at Arkansas. And it was great. SECs was so much fun. It was the first time I ever felt like rolling out with a team. Because obviously we have a team and we love each other, but the way we race and the way we compete, it just doesn't feel like a team. Versus at SECs, it felt like a 3v3. Patrick beat Victor. Karami beat whoever, their number 2. I beat their number 3. And I remember I called it in the before interview. I was like, there'll probably be 5 of us with a 50-second gap. And I was 5th, 30 seconds in front of 6th, and 6th was 15 seconds in front of 7th. So I was right, pretty much. That was a fun race. But one thing we didn't do that I did for the Olympics is lift for strength. So we were lifting for like explosiveness and stability and some other stuff. And I was like, I just need strength reserve. Like that's how I like to lift. High weight, low reps, long rest. And so I started doing that after SECs, before nationals, and that made one of the biggest differences. And I think it contributes to why, and so I had some personal stuff going on before SECs, which I'm not gonna get into, but some family stuff also messed with my headspace. But being in a better headspace plus lifting, my squat in that month between SECs and nationals went from 150 to 300, my box squat. And I wasn't doing anything crazy. It's just when I lift, I'm a fast responder. And so I was, double as strong, and it was freezing. And I'm a heavier runner. You're heavy for running. You're skin and bones. Shut up. You know what I mean? Kipchoge's 105 pounds. He's the weight of my damn basketball. Yeah, I'm a heavier runner. My bones are thicker. So in the cold, I benefit from the fact that it's harder to shed heat. So I go into nationals and the race is just easy. The race is just easy from the gun. So easy. I'm really thinking the whole time. And like, I have 2 guys filming. I'm like, I hope they film. I'm like, I wonder if I'm gonna win. And then the last 2K goes. No, the last 1500-ish. We start running, and I probably should have gone earlier if you're wondering my regrets. But in the last 2K goes, and I just don't have the VO2 max. Like I've trained like a half marathoner because I wasn't good enough, right? Pre-nationals, I got dropped. My heart rate's hitting 200. So I trained to be better at running, not to be better at winning. And so it comes to the point when I can win, I wasn't ready to win. Graham drops me, Hopton drops me with 1 shoe, and Dylan Schubert drops me, but I get 4th, not bad. And then the next week, Buck wants me to do the 5K. I'm like, no, I want to get this 3K record out the way, and then I can try and go sub 13 and indoors. And I call my shot. I'm like, 8 people can get the 3K record at least. And I was right. I got it. Graham went pro. Ethan, Parker, Marco was right there. Liam got it. That's 6. And Hopton and Brian Hopton could get it. That's 7. And then if Brian could get it, that's 8. But I don't know if Brian's not as good as the 3K historically. So I call my shot and we do it. As far as I'm concerned, I got the record. Let me break it down linguistically because people are like, you didn't get the record, blah, blah, blah. Don't even say you got the record. Let's say that race was empty. Let's say the UNC guys weren't there. And I went 7:34, I set a new record. Okay, what would I have done? I would have broken the record. I would have broken the old record, right? And so what did I do in this race that actually happened? I broke the old record. You're like, oh, Ethan set a new record. You didn't break the new record. Guess what? No one broke the new record because it just got set. See that? Ethan didn't break the new record. He set the new record. I never said I set the record. I broke the record. And it's implicit that you mean the old one because you can never break the new one because it's been set. So I broke the record. 4 of us broke the record in that race. Accomplished my goal. I'm very internal. You guys know you have to keep it internal because externally all sorts of things can change or go wrong. Internally, my goal is to go into that race and perform a certain way, and I did. And then the winter is great. I go back home for a little, train, take 3 days off. The worst mistake, I'll make any mistake once, guys. So there's lots of talk about dieting and this and that, and some of the girls at Arkansas had gone crazy. like prior, in like a bad way. Like they run well and then they do horrible. I'm like, I'm willing to make a Faustian bargain. I can run well if I just cut out some freaking food. So I do a calorie deficit. And my plan is to do a calorie deficit through the time trials, and then for the championship season, go back to normal. I'm like, I don't want to be light for kicking races like nationals or conference or anything. So I start doing a calorie deficit, and dude, I will never do that again. First of all, it's worse than any training regimen. It's like an unending rep. Every day I wake up and I'm still hungry from the day before, and I'm hungry in the middle of the day, and I'm always thinking about food. And I would literally watch food videos all the time. I would watch people cooking. I started cooking for the Arkansas guys, so that was good for bonding. But I'd make everyone come, I'd cook, and then I'd watch them eat like some food cuck. How's it taste? Tell me how it tastes. Tell me how it tastes. And so it was good. I mean, I wouldn't even say it worked. I think I ran well despite that. So I ran a mile, mediocre. I ran a 5K. I went 13:09, even though there was no race. I was probably in like 12:55 shape, to be honest. And then after the 5K, I just stopped with the diet. I'm like, this is not, I ran 13:09, it's fine. I didn't get the record, it's fine. We're done, we're championship season now. What happens after you stop a diet is your cortisol spikes, because your body's kind of in fight or flight while you're in a diet, and I didn't know this. Your cortisol spikes after. So I was just dead physically, like I could barely work out. I was lethargic all the time, I was tired, and I didn't rebound until after nationals. So I was dead for conference, and I still ran fine. You can only control the internals. And so the way I ran the DMR, I'm not so proud of that, whatever, it's just, there's nothing to be done. We wanted to get the nationals mark. And then, but the 3K, I executed as well as I could. I ran my splits, I kicked hard, my body was not with me, and I got third. It's a little depressing, but it's okay. And then nationals, dead. Don't even want to talk about nationals. The amount of, I'll get into like a little bit of the mental, like mentally, you guys will never experience nine years of work amounting to nothing in one moment like that. Ooh, like I can't even think about it. Like I have less trouble talking about my dad's death, because you know there's some finality there. Like you have to kind of be like, I could never have done, like I couldn't have done anything. With that, I know if I had just done two things different, it would have made all the difference in the world. But let me not get too emotional though. I still love you. Yeah. Thank you, bro. Yeah, so that went bad. I don't even know what I do after. I go home. I'm in Arkansas for a while, and I'm like, I'm just gonna train for Worlds. I had a really good marathon at the Olympics. I was like, maybe I'll just be a marathoner. That was my plan. And so I do a 6-month block for Worlds. It was too long. Not that messed up my performance, but if you're wondering, I would never do a 6-month block again. I did a bandit race in the middle, so I treated that like a breakup in the block, but it still just was too monotonous, like just working out for a race that's a lifetime away. But I got in the craziest shape of my life, like crazy shape I've ever been. Gun to my head, I would have said I'd go 201 2 flat in a time trial. Gun to my head, no hesitation, 201 2 flat at the slowest, and that's accounting for everything. Whether or not you don't like the treadmill, I ran 211 on a course where that should convert to 205 206, and I was on the same treadmill light years fitter for Worlds. I was light years fitter than when I was in 205 to 206 shape objectively. I ran that bandit race in the middle. That was good. I really enjoyed the bandit race. It's fun. It's a good experience. It's not very often that I run against people who aren't as good. And not that they're not good, but it's like I'm always racing guys who are historic guys. So it's fun to get in a race like that and just smurf. That's a League of Legends term. It means go play against people worse than you. I remember there were 2 heats, and I forget how good I am. Like I'm just good at running, but more so I'm like a metronome. And so someone asked me what I'm gonna run for the 5K, I'm like, I'll probably go like 15:10, because I have to be top 3, and third place would be 15:10, and I go 15:10 on the dot. I don't even look at my watch, and so I go 15:10 and I win the final. That was fun, good experience racing. Then do another 3 months, 4 months until Worlds, and I separated out. Training is so compartmentalized. If I wanted to run outside, I'd run easy outside. If I wanted to do heat training, I'd do heat training in the sauna. If I wanted to work out, I'd work out on the treadmill in the cold. And so maybe that it all didn't come together as perfectly as I was hoping, and the heat maybe got to me, maybe the travel. I didn't feel good the whole week before Worlds, but I got 21st. In the last 30 minutes of that race, I will never be in that much mental turmoil in my life. It's not even like I don't think I will. I never will. No matter what I do, no matter how great my life goes, no matter how much pressure I'm able to overcome. That 30 minutes, humans are not meant to feel that kind of mental turmoil. That's probably at a 13 out of 10, as low as a 12. Yeah, between 12 and 14 out of 10 for 30 minutes. As my dreams fell apart, as my family's watching and cheering, but really it's like, so I'll never feel anything like that race again. So I'll do another marathon, but it's like, that one I had to take a little while. I'm like, okay, let me go to the track for a little and then I'll come back to that. But I ran 2:11:41 at the Olympics and 2:13:31, 2:13:33 at Worlds. But yeah, that was a horrible race. Then I took a break. The longest break of my career, pretty much, other than the one I told you all about last, where I just played video games for 3 months, 2 months after COVID, was after Worlds. I literally couldn't work out, I couldn't train. It's in the Resolute episode 1. If you look on my YouTube, if you watch that, you'll see like I was having bad workouts. Like I literally would want to do 3 by 10 minutes, I couldn't do 1 by 3 minutes. So I was like, I have to take more time off, I have to let my body recover. Like I was like Alberto Salazar had like a run in the sun where he killed his body and he never ran the same after. I was like, did I really just do that to get 21st place? My career's over, my body's dead. But came back. Obviously, I'm an overreactor. So I was like, just give myself time, give myself patience. You always freak out. Yeah, I came back to normal. And then workouts have been going good thus far. I was gonna maybe go back to Arkansas to train, but then Buck retired. I'm enjoying training myself. We'll see how it comes together in the track season, but I'm in very good shape, probably the best shape of my life. Maybe one work, and I'm trying to be more cautious. So I've been holding back really hard. Because you guys know me, if you watch the Resolute video, my main weakness is I will go too hard and kill myself by the end of the season. So I've been like really holding back. And it's funny because I'm really holding back, but I'm having the best workouts ever despite it. Like my best workout before this was 5 by K at 231 or 232 average. And now I just randomly in Dubai did 230, 229, 230 for 3. Could have done maybe 4 and it was on dirt instead of track and there was no pacers. And that was like my first K workout. So I'm going to do one this Friday or Saturday. It'll be great. It'll be great. And we'll see how I'm shaping up for that. But yeah, that might be the end of the life story. Am I forgetting anything?